What's up nail friends? Today I wanted to show you this set I did using all acrylics from Cjp. On top they're nice and plain, and on the bottom they're nice and glittery, just to show a little surprise. Cjp is now shipping internationally. To start the set, I removed her previous set so that I could start from scratch and have nothing under her nails. I usually sculpt on my sets, but today I decided to use tips. I'm using the Light Elegant Stiletto tips and this nail glue I got from Nova. Here I'm just showing you that I just glue on the tip to the bottom of her natural nail, and don't apply your prep or primer yet or the tip won't stick. I cut and shaped them off camera, and now I'm cleansing her nails with some alcohol. To prep her nails, I'm using my Ugly Duckling Prep. This is dehydrator. I'm just applying this all over her natural nails and not onto the tip. For primer, I'm using my Elite Power Base and these little micro swabs you can get off Amazon. I always start by adding a thin layer of clear acrylic, so here I'm using Cjp Crystal Glass on all her nails, making sure to apply them super thin and not too wet. This will add a layer to protect the client's nails when they come back for their color change, and it helps with clients with lifting problems. For the glitter, I'm using angel wings. This will appear under her nails. I actually apply it on top of the tip, that way it's nice and smooth underneath. You can also do this the same way when sculpting a clear base, or you can just sculpt with this. This color is a super pretty white and silver sparkle with some chunky iridescent hollow glitters in it. I apply this at the tip, and then I wipe off my brush and then use the very tip of my brush to feather it up the nail. For the full color, I'm using Cjp Milky Pink, and the name is exactly that. It's a super light pinky white. This one doesn't need to be capped in clear acrylic, so I'm just going to be applying this straight over the whole nail from cuticle to tip. This color, actually, all these colors are super easy to work with. They don't stick to my brush, and they just apply like a dream. Sorry, my camera was out of focus a little bit, so you'll see me jumping through jump cuts here, but basically I just apply it at the cuticle, push it into place, and pull it down the nail until I get it all covered. And I try to create an apex with this color as well, since I won't be capping it in clear acrylic. I also thought I'd mention that I did change out my monomer just because I had some glitter stuck to my brush that would contaminate it and then get on the top, and I didn't want that, so make sure that you change your monomer out if you're going to be working with glitter and then working with solid colors. You can really see here how easy these are to work with. I've placed it down and pushed it, and it didn't move at all. It didn't slide or stick to my brush. I really like the Cjp brand, and my first impression is that these are really great. So here's how they look before they're filed. And I didn't need to cap these, so I didn't. And here I'm finished filing these the way I always do, with my fine cone carbide just to debulk the nails. I really love cone carbides because they're super easy to use, and you can't really cut your clients with these, so I highly recommend them. I'll post down below where I get them. Then I'm using my hand file to perfect the shape and go over the nails to even out any scratches. To buff these nails, I'm just using a white buffing block. Then I just wipe off all the dust and cleanse with alcohol to take off all the dust, so now I can do some 3D. For the leaves, I'm using Grasshopper. This is a super pretty green, and I'm mixing it with Honey Glow. This is a gold, and I'm just using it to make dimension in my leaves. I like to do two-toned flowers in 3D. It just makes it look just a little bit better. So I place the beads down, and then I wipe off my brush, and then I come back and move them into place with the points and the belly of my brush. CJP was seriously so easy to work with. I don't know how I can say that enough. That making these 3D flowers were so much easier than they normally are. When doing leaves, you want to place your bead down, wipe off your brush, pull out the tip to make it into a leaf point, and then make sure your brush is empty of liquid when you want to move it into place. You want to make sure that your beads of acrylic are dry before touching them or moving them, or else they'll just turn into like a big muddy mess, stick to your brush, and create like a blob instead of a leaf. For the flower petals, I'm using Vamp. This is just a really nice red, and I'm mixing it two-toned with pomegranate. This is a nice brownie red, and I'm just picking up both colors and placing it down and wiping off my brush, and then I'm using the point and the tip and the belly of my brush to soak up some of that liquid so that I can push it into place. You can see here that I push into the petal and then I wipe off my brush. I keep on doing that, which slowly molds the petal into the shape that I want, while also removing the extra liquid, which keeps it from drying. You can see here that I push down the one side flat because that will be overlapped by the next petal. Then I'm placing the next petal and doing the same thing as before, removing all the liquid and pushing it into place. I'll be overlapping the petal on the one side and then making the petal flat for the next petal to overlap. This is always the hardest petal to do on the side here, so I kind of turn her hand in a weird way, and then I turn my brush in a weird way. You can totally flip your client's hand if you like, but that's just not really the way I do it. And again here, I'm just moving it into place, removing some liquid, and patting it again into place, and again just removing that liquid. So now I'm just adding some petals into the center of this flower, and I'm just wiping off my brush a lot to make sure to remove that liquid, like I said before. And I'm using the point of my brush to kind of mold this into place and give the flower some dimension. For the center petal, I place it down, I wipe off my brush, and then I just poke into it a few times, really removing that liquid in order to create like a nice little circle just so that you have your center of your flower. For the crystals in this set, I'm using Crystal Princess's Swarovski Crystal Kit. This kit has 840 crystals, 7 colors, and 4 sizes, making it much easier than trying to order them individually online. Use my code SARAHS30 and you'll get a free pack of crystals when you spend over $30. I'll link it down below. I'm using my KIARA SKY base to glue the crystals on. This is a little bit slower drying, which actually makes it a little bit easier to move these into place perfectly, but it holds just as well as the Elite Brush-On Resin and the Light Elegance glue. The colors I chose for this set are Indian Pink, and I'm using SS5, SS7, and SS9s. For the top of these nails, I'm using Jellyfit Australia's matte top coat. I like to use a matte top coat that has no tacky layer when I'm doing 3D work because I just don't want to have to wipe off a tacky layer that goes around it. This just cures nice and tack free. I cured the top of those, and now I'm using my KIARA SKY No Wipe top coat. This is a shiny top coat to shine up the underneath of her nails. And in hindsight, I would have sculpted these because you can kind of see her natural nail there, but you know, you live and you learn. And here is the finished result. They're kind of plain on top with some flowers and some crystals, not too much. Then you flip her hands over and she's got some bling. I hope you guys like this set and my little review of CJP. I will be doing a swatch video of some colors I have from CJP as well, so check back for that. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep your nails long and your glitter strong.